Hey guys, it's Yusafa. Welcome back to Voice of the Community. Tonight we got something special. We've got a unique episode of Voice of the Community, our very first couple interview. Mr. Jiggly has been part of MCOC since 2015. He's been a longtime grinder who's seen the game evolve. He stepped away and then came back when his son started playing. He's stuck with it ever since, balancing the challenges of progression and competition with the realities of being a more measured spender in a game that often favors the biggest rosters. Alongside him is Mama Floaty, who only just started playing this game seriously this past year, but in a few short months powered her way all the way up to Paragon. She brings a fresh perspective, finding ways to balance the grind with real life, enjoying arenas, dailies, and the story mode, all while playing on her iPad and iPhone. Together, they represent two different approaches to the contest, yet share the same passion. This isn't just a story about gameplay, it's about family. Between them, they're raising 6 kids. They've built a household where Marvel Contest of Champions is something they share and support each other in. And today, we get to hear about their journey of Mama Floaty and Mr. Jiggly, how they play, how they differ, and what it means to be in the contest together. Hey guys, it's Yusafa. Welcome back to another episode of Voices of the Community. I'm really excited today. This is going to be the first couple that we've interviewed for part of this series. Today, we've got Mama Floaty and Mr. Jiggly. How about I'm going to hand it off to you guys. Give a quick introduction of yourselves.
Hi, I'm Mama Floaty. I am a new player. I just started playing at the beginning of this year. I am also a mom and stepmom of 6. So this is one of those games that fits into our lifestyle. My husband, Mr. Jiggly, introduced me to it. And it was more, I started playing kind of out of spite because he and one of our boys was playing. And then I started playing, and about 10 days later, I finally told them, oh yeah, by the way, I'm at level 15. So.
Oh no, a spite player. What about you,
It
Jiggly?
was.
Yeah.
This is the Jiggly. I've been playing since probably the spring of 2015. I've been playing for almost about 10 years. And I played for about a year and a half, and up to 2016, and I quit.
Okay.
And then I came back after about a year later. I found out one of my kids was playing the game at his mom's, and he came home all excited about this Marvel game. He was telling me about it. I said, what game was it? And he said, I'm playing Marvel Contest of Champions. And so I said, well, I've been playing that. So then I started playing again. So
Nice. So Jiggly, you started playing in 2015, left for a bit, came back. What was it about the game that pulled you back and made you stick with it this time? Was it completely because your son was playing it? You wanted to have some father-son activities with one another?
yeah, I quit playing because I got to, I think, 5-star rank 2 on my champions, and
Yeah.
I couldn't get any higher. I needed like 2 tier 2 alphas, and I played for like 2 months and couldn't even get one.
Right.
I wasn't in an alliance, and I wasn't doing war at that time. I was just kind of playing, just figuring it out. And so I quit. I got kind of upset because of that.
Yep.
And then when I found out he started playing again, then I went ahead and started playing after that again, and I started progressing after that.
And Mama, you came in much later, like you said, in 2025. You didn't tell the family for the first couple of weeks. What finally made you divulge the secret that you were playing the game?
Because that's the way we are. So we tend to, we'll do something and surprise each other to a certain extent. It's just family dynamics more than anything.
Yeah.
I had heard them talking about it, sometimes going, child, go to bed, because they get talking about it. And this is because Mr. Jiggly gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And so I'm saying, child, go to bed. You're having too much fun on the game.
Right.
And I went, okay, what's so fun?
Right.
So found out.
Do you guys remember the first time that you guys both came? You revealed that you were both playing the game. Do you guys remember that when you said, "Wait a second, we're both invested in this game"?
I do. Do you?
Well, I think I remember her asking me what champion. She got a Nexus crystal. And she goes, "Hey, what champion should I take?" I think it was a 5-star Nexus, and
Yeah.
and she asked me, "What champion should I take?" I said, "What do you mean?"
Yeah.
And so then she showed it to me. I said, "I didn't know you were playing." You know, and so then I told her just to pick whatever champion it was, and that's when I found out she was playing. It was funny.
Yeah.
Cheshire cat grin. I mean, I
Right.
think it was snowing outside. I was in my pajamas on the couch, and I was like, "Oh yeah, by the way."
So how did that change things at home? That your son and your husband were playing, and now Mama's
Oh
now playing.
no! We didn't tell the kids yet
Oh no.
because if I recall, Kiddo might have been at his other mama's.
Yeah.
And so he goes, "Wait a minute, you're playing?" I said, "Yes." And he goes, "Well, wait till Kiddo finds out." And and it was another few days before we told him.
Yep.
And I said something like, "Oh yeah, I beat all of Act 1." And he goes, "You're playing? Really? You're playing the game?" Very excited.
My son picked up the game. He's a Yusafa Junior in the game, but he played it for maybe a couple weeks, couple months, whatever. And every now and then he would come up and ask me what champion to pull. But he put it down. It didn't interest him whatsoever, and it's too bad because I wish I did have that dynamic with other members of my family. So I'm a little jealous of y'all for making this a family affair as opposed to just one person playing. So I admire you both. Jiggly, you've been clear that Battlegrounds is your main mode, even with all the frustrations of Battlegrounds. What keeps you grinding in those matches?
Well, that's since I don't spend a whole lot of money on the game anymore. That's the only way I can get my trophy tokens and get
Yeah.
and buy my tiers, my tier 6 and tier 3 alpha. That's about the only way I can get into that with the Radiance. So that's why I keep playing it. I mean, I don't get a whole lot of Radiance, but I get what I can.
Yeah, right. And Mama, what do you play? What mode do you play to in the game? Do you play Battlegrounds or do you focus on other modes of the game?
So I've never played Battlegrounds. I just passed my tablet to him and let him go
Right.
through them. I had actually played all the way through story mode up through. I'm actually in the game right now.
Okay.
Looking at it, so I can tell you. I had played all the way through Act 5, Elder's War, 100%.
Okay.
And so for the most part, it was just playing each of the acts, and I would play each of the chapters all the way through 100%.
Okay.
And just doing that, I leveled up a lot. I achieved a lot of champions.
Yeah.
There was one event in the springtime around Easter that gave me quite a few new champions, and I want to say that was a pretty big boost.
Yeah.
One time he gifted me what is that? A platinum track.
Yeah.
The platinum pass, and then I think I got one of like the Peter Parker the 30-day get units things. So I hadn't spent a lot of money, but mostly it was just going through day by day, doing the daily quests.
Yep.
And doing the stories. And I did a little bit of arenas in there if I had some extra time, that sort of thing. But no, just really playing the game itself, what's available.
Yeah.
So far has made it possible. And I do remember complaints about from Jiggly and the Kiddo about, wow, it's so much easier to play now than it was when we started. Now, but I don't know if that's a result of changing of the game or just different strategy.
Right. Yeah. Between the two of you guys, who has the better account?
I do.
You do. Is it because that you're grinding Battlegrounds and you're focused mostly on getting resources to rank up, or I mean, and there's also a spending aspect to that too, which I think we'll get into.
Well, he has a lot more 7 stars than I do because I didn't get my first 7-star.
Okay.
We were June. Yeah, it was June. Right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. I have 18 7-stars.
Yep.
So, and how many do you have?
140.
Oh wow. Okay. That's a bit. Yeah. So we talked about this before we actually started recording, but you guys are in the same alliance too, right?
Right. He said you need to get leveled up enough that I can put you in the alliance.
So you didn't meet the level requirements to be in his alliance.
I didn't, not right away, and so that was a big thing of because the way that the gameplay allows.
Yep.
I can let it go and just let it autoplay, and I just let it go while I was doing things,
Yep.
and then I'd come back to it later in the day. And so I didn't spend a whole lot of money on energy. I just played it as the game allowed.
Yep. Do you guys? And I'm really this is completely foreign to me because my wife has no interest in this game whatsoever. Do you guys? I'm sure that you guys talk about tips and tricks and how to play certain champions and does that back and forth help you improve in the game, both of y'all?
So for me, of course, having somebody who's already been playing for 10 years, that makes
Right.
it a lot easier. There were some things about the gameplay and reading the champions themselves that I didn't understand at first. I don't know I don't recall that being in the tutorial very well.
Yep.
And that would be one recommendation I would make is making that easier to understand, or a link on, hey, if you want to know how to read the champions better. So once I read that, it was a lot easier to understand.
Yeah.
But we do play differently. We pick different champions to play, even if we have the same roster, say at the 3-star or the 4-star. So because of that, I learned to play some characters and kind of stretch myself.
Yeah.
Did you learn differently once I started playing?
A little bit. I like to see her excitement in the game when she started playing and as she started getting the champions and stuff. And she started making her champions from the 2 stars up. She went 2, 3, 4. She tried to max all the ones she had out of each level.
Yeah.
Starting off with until she got to some of the higher ones, and then she couldn't do that anymore. But my account's only about 8 million.
Okay.
I mean, I became Valiant. I was 4.5 million when I became Valiant. So the last year and a half, I went from 4.5 million to 8 million.
8 million. Yeah.
Just doing BGs and just grind and I do some alliance quests. I usually lead the groups in alliance quests. Map 6. I usually do a map. My son does a map. We do war, but we don't place very well in war.
Yeah.
We're like a silver 1 war, maybe gold 6 occasionally if we can get enough guys to play.
Right. Is the kiddo in the same alliance too?
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
we have
both kids are in the alliance.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Good for you guys. It's so the first time, and the reason, one of the reasons why I'm asking is because the very first time that I met somebody in person that was playing this game, I actually was on a business trip out to California, and I was visiting. While I was there, I visited a couple friends, Dreamin'. I don't know if you guys have heard that name around, but I was visiting Dreamin', and we were at a bar, and we were both playing the game. And I had never played the game with somebody else that played the game. And apparently I was playing it wrong with my thumbs. And he chastised me, of course, that I was playing it wrong, whatever. But you guys are playing it together, and I'm sure that you guys have there's been some osmosis on tactics and an actual gameplay on how to actually play the game that you guys are able to share that I was never able to share for the first 6 years of playing the game. So I am wicked jealous.
Well, I will say one of the biggest things he learned is that Apple works a little better than Android in this situation.
Really?
So I have an iPad and an iPhone.
Okay.
And it's much more sensitive, he's found, than his Android. Yeah.
Wow.
That was a surprising element that we found, is that the sensitivity of my iPhone and the iPad made it easier for him to play.
Wow.
And then other than that, I don't know that there were
just
a lot of.
Do you play on the computer? Do you play it on the computer at all, or is it completely mobile device?
We're both completely mobile device.
Yeah. Okay.
So I know we could go on the computer. We just haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah. Right.
I found that because I had some health issues this summer, and so he asked me if he could play like my dailies and things like that to keep things going, and I said, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
And so he'd pick up my device and go ahead and play for me, and he was like, wow, this is a lot easier.
Right.
But I also wear perspective. What size wedding ring do you wear? Do you know?
Me? I have no idea.
Yeah.
No, I have no idea.
So I wear about a size 9, which is not uncommon for a men's wedding ring.
Yep.
My husband wears a size 13.
Oh, okay.
So he has a lot bigger hands than I do, and so he enjoys playing on my tablet for that reason. I don't mind playing on a phone.
Okay.
And he found that the larger devices actually help in that way as well.
That's very interesting, because I've only ever played on an iOS device. So it's interesting to hear the difference between iOS and Android. So that's fantastic. Jiggly, moving over to a different subject, spending and the progression area. So Jiggly, you said that your spending is mostly focused on the big 3 sales like spring cleaning, July 4th, and Cyber Weekend. How do you plan your account around those?
Well, started grinding arenas in January this past year, and I had about 35,000 units I did from arenas all the
Yeah.
way up to May 5th when the Heart of Fire came out.
Yeah.
And so, and that was the first time I actually felt like I could really, do a sale and actually accomplish something.
Right.
And I got almost all the champions but one. But then when July 4th came, I hardly had any units. So I kind of regretted it a little bit at the time, but
Yeah.
I had about 15,000 units in July. I was able to get couple of the packs in there, but I think I spent like $100. I think July 4th, just got one of the Odins and
Yeah.
got some of the tier 7 basic. I guess I could get a rank 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, I usually, like right now, I'm grinding arenas right now, waiting for side weekend to come up in banquet. So I'm just trying to get what I can get, and I may or may not spend any money. It depends on where we're at financially and
Yeah.
and what the sales are in November. I didn't think the July 4th sale, I actually thought it'd be a little bit better than it was money wise, but it was okay. But I was just kind of surprised.
Yeah, that worked well for me. That was actually the biggest spend that we did.
Okay.
Was we bought for me, and that was on his recommendation. He said, "There's nothing that's going to make a big difference for me." He said, "But this package will make a difference for you," and that's how I got Hercules.
Okay.
I got 6-star Hercules, fully ranked up, and
Yeah, and
primordial vested.
yeah, I mean
Yeah,
he's definitely a game breaking champ, especially at the if you're trying to accomplish story content at the lower levels. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, she was Stonebreaker then, and they were letting us for the first time. They were letting her get the Paragon deals, which surprised me that because they were letting her get one progression higher.
Yeah.
So I was able to get I think an Odin and had one of the past arrow selectors in it.
Yeah.
So I was able to get her Hercules, and I was able to take her to rank 5 because they had some tier 6 class, which she wasn't able hardly to get at Thronebreaker.
Yeah.
So I was actually account breaking for her.
Yeah,
as that sale was.
So that's great. So you guys do sit down and you guys look at the deals, determine whether or not there's value in them for each one of your accounts before you make the determination to invest further in the game. Or,
I even put that into our family account, like right into our family budgeting. He says, "Hey, I want this much. I'm kind of expecting these sorts of packages, or it'll come out, a week or so before." We literally put it into our family budget.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Do you debate? Do you both debate over purchases as a couple, or do you each have your own approach? Like, who's more likely to say, "Just go ahead and spend"?
Me, actually.
Okay.
As long as he's come to me and he says, "Hey, here's what I'm looking at," just because I have a finger on where monies are going. My background's in accounting and business.
Okay.
So he has a lot of trust and faith in me, which I appreciate. And he'll say, "Hey, I think this is what I'm looking for," or "How much do you think?" And I don't think he's ever come to me and asked about a package, and I've ever said no.
Moving to Alliance Life and Community. Jiggly, you've been around your current alliance since around 2019. What does that kind of stability mean for you? 2019 is quite a long time for a single alliance. Have you made friends? Have you made virtual friends? Have you ever met anybody in your alliance? What kind of dynamics go on in your alliance right now?
Well, actually, my son was in the alliance before I was. He got into the alliance. Yeah, he got in the alliance in 2018. He was like 8 years old when he got in this alliance.
He vouched for you.
He said he was in the alliance for like a couple weeks. I didn't even know he was in one.
Yeah.
And so he came home. He goes, "Hey, Dad, I'm in this alliance. I want you to get in with me." So I went ahead and got in, and I was only uncollected at the time.
Yeah.
And the reason why I stayed this long is because the leader in our alliance, he took me in when I was a 1 million account. I didn't know nothing about the game. He stuck with me. He didn't kick me even when I wasn't very good in war and that kind of thing. And then as I've gotten better, I feel some loyalty to the alliance. I mean, I thought about sometimes maybe going to a different one, maybe getting more ratings because I'm not spending anymore, and I want to progress higher, but. My wife's with me now in the alliance, and my 2 boys, and we actually got some new guys in our alliance that I kind of recruited from Global, and I've been helping them to progress and everything. So it's been working out okay.
And Mama, you've talked about how you like checking in with the alliance. I'm assuming over Discord or Line, just to see if they need anything. Tell me about that.
I have checked in on voice chat. I primarily tend to go in under the help tab, but if there's anybody who's, there's a couple players who, they might be down with some medical things, and so they'll just be grinding. And so they'll send out help requests, and I'm like, I send it. I'll send it. I easily get 1,000 loyalty points daily. It's not hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not very vocal in our alliance. I tend to let Jiggly take care of that. He's quite adept.
Yep.
And so he'll tell people, hey, send out a request if you need anything, because if it pops up, I'll just hit help.
Do your alliance mates know that you guys are playing side by side, or is this unknown to them?
Yes, no, it's actually my handle is Mrs. Jiggly.
Oh, really?
Yes. So
Okay.
my Discord name does not match my game name.
Okay.
So when I went on there, Mrs. Jiggly, and it's his said, is yours actually, is it the Jiggly? It's the Jiggly 99, and mine is Mrs. Jiggly 99. And he said, oh, my wife's in the alliance, and they were like, your real life wife? Yes, my real life wife. So yeah, they thought it was pretty cool, and they know that the kids are in there.
That's great. Jiggly, you've mentioned you've had some frustrations with Radiance being top heavy towards the whale accounts. Excuse me. If you could change one thing to level the playing field, what would it be?
I think that I like to see the ratings more even at the bottom. I'm not saying that they have to give all of it to the bottom, but I like to see the Uru and Gamma and those. I like to see those bumped up a little bit higher.
Yeah.
It's hard for me sometimes because I'm not that skilled at BGs. I have a pretty good size account. Yeah. I should be higher than what I am, but I struggle a little bit with the metas and stuff. And my hands are big, and I have a hard time dexing, and I get beat sometimes because of block damage and that kind of stuff. But
yep.
I would kind of wish they would even it out a little bit more, because I just feel like the whales they get 4 or 5 rank 4s every sale, and then they get 300,000 or 400,000 radiance, and then they get all that war radiance being in the top alliances, and so they get a couple rank 4s a month just from that.
Absolutely.
And it takes me maybe 2 or 3 months to get a rank 4.
Yeah.
And so it can be frustrating. That's all.
Yeah. How many rank 4s do you currently have?
I got 9.
9, which is very decent. That's very decent. Yeah. And Mama, have you gotten your first rank 4 yet?
Let me check.
Let me check. So while you're checking,
I don't think so.
You don't think so? So
she's got like 8 rank 2s right now. She's just Paragon. So.
No, I only have rank 2s.
Yeah.
Okay. So Mama, you said you worry about missing out on champs if you don't log in, but you also try to keep your perspective. How do you balance FOMO with real life?
I mean, like I said, I have 6 children, so there's a lot of things that we're going to miss out on, and just the aspect of having a large family.
Yeah.
There are things we're just going to lose out on life. So it's part of that just whole lifestyle perspective and viewpoint. Anyhow, it's pretty much just like every other thing. Most of the characters will probably come back in the future.
Yeah.
I just have to accept that even if they don't, there's 10 years worth of history that I don't have as it is.
Yep.
So, I do what I can, and the rest will just sort itself out.
Yep. Do you guys find that the game adds stress to your day, or do you use it mostly to serve as an escape? Because I know for me, it adds stress. And this is a mobile game. It should be fun, right? But I do get stressed. So I'm wondering, are you guys stressed playing this game, or is it just an escape for you?
I'm not. He is.
Yeah.
He'll call and go, darn it, I can't do this in the alliance, or I can't. He's grinning at me as I say this. Yeah. But to me, I'm just like, yeah, hey, I made it through this. I made it through that. Well, the alliance quest isn't working so great. Okay, do you want me to hop on? It's, for me, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But I also, it is meant to be an escape.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, the only time I really get frustrated is when I'm in BGs, and it takes me about 2.5 weeks, maybe 3 weeks to get the GC.
Yep.
And I get frustrated because I start climbing up and getting points, and I start seeing that radiance, like, oh, I can finally get some good radiance, and I tilt.
Yeah.
And I fall right back down, right back all over again. I got to build my way back up. So it's mostly just the frustration of losing matches, or sometimes I'll play the game one day and it'll play differently than another day. The defense and stuff will on that.
Yeah.
BG matches. It's just frustrating, and everything. But
Yeah.
overall, it's not stressful. I mean, I enjoy playing it. I mean, I've got a lot of time and years and money invested in the game over the years, so that's why I've been playing the game, keep playing it and everything. So
yeah, I mean, I wish I could have that perspective as well. But I do think I do get a little, especially playing BGs. It's just it's definitely it does add a little stress, and especially when you lose. So yeah, it's important to keep that balance. You mentioned 2 of your kids also play. What's it like having MCOC as a family activity? Are there any friendly family rivalries in the house other than between you two?
Okay, this is going to sound absolutely horrible. Absolutely, yes, and it
Okay.
is. There, my stepson's very, very competitive.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to see what he was so worked up about. Like I said, spite is a wonderful thing, and sometimes it's against a teenager.
Right.
So that's where it started. And there are some times where I will ask him questions, but at the other time I'll say, "Oh yeah, I got this," and I write. He goes, "I don't even have that." So there's a bit of competitiveness, but also that camaraderie.
Yep.
That it's kind of helped in that aspect with my relationship with him.
Yeah.
And then the other one is my biological son, and these guys are like 5 months apart.
Right.
And he's much more calm and just laid back about playing the game. But
Right. Who's the better crystal puller between you 4? Who pulls the best crystals?
the float mama is she's last 2 tight nexus she's got Carolina Dean and she's got Nico.
Oh man, those
And
are bangers.
I haven't got either one of them yet. I've opened up probably 30 Titans and I haven't gotten them yet. So I mean,
Mama, I'll send my phone over to you and you can open crystals for me.
okay.
All right. So Jiggly, after a decade in the game, what keeps you logging in every single day despite your frustrations with Battlegrounds?
I actually enjoy playing the game. It's a lot easier to play now. It's a lot easier to play now than what it was back in 2015.
Yeah.
And I like to play it. I mean, I've got time. Like I said, I got time invested in it. I've got over 1,500 champions now in the game. So I'm trying to collect all my champions. Right now, my focus is just ranking up a lot of my 2, 3, 4 stars and 5 stars.
Yeah.
Trying to get my hero rating up high as I can get it. My next goal is to get to 10 million. That's what I want to get to. And I hate to stop now. I mean, I've invested all this time and stuff and everything into it, and I enjoy playing it. Now my wife's playing with me, and my 2 kids play with me. It makes it a lot more enjoyable to play.
I'm jealous. Do you guys watch YouTube videos? Any particular content creators out there?
Yes.
Yeah. Who would you watch the most? Who do you watch the most?
Jiggly. Who are they? Because I watch when he turns it on. I'm like, hey, wait a minute, isn't there time for one?
Well, I'll watch all your videos you post. I usually watch Lord Shadow.
Yeah, Shadow's great.
At work. I watch Lags a lot.
Yep.
I watch Andrew the Rough. I like to watch a lot of his BG.
Oh yeah,
BG videos, and I watch KT1 a lot.
Yeah, KT. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I work during the day, so I just put my headphones on and turn on YouTube, and I just watch you guys play all day and listen to you guys play. And
yeah.
Even if I can't play, I like to just listen to you guys play and see what you guys are doing and everything. So
yeah, do you feel that the YouTube community, as well as your Alliance community, and all the other applications that you can use to tie in with other players, do you think that helps this game survive?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. It's helped. A lot of those videos help me a lot. If I'm struggling getting through some content, I'll watch the video, and see. Sometimes you guys have different champions than I have. I don't have all the champions you guys do sometimes, so I have to try to figure out a different champion to use that I don't have. But as I've became Valiant last year and a half, and I've gotten my rosters expanded substantially, it's made it a lot easier for me to do a lot more of the content stuff and everything now.
Yep.
So.
Mama, you've said that you've quickly progressed up to Paragon. Where do you see your account headed next?
I don't know. I mean, like I said, because I'm so relaxed about it.
Yeah.
It isn't something that I don't take necessarily. Do I take it seriously when I'm playing the game? but I don't think of it much when I'm outside playing the game. Where do I just see it as playing where I can, when I can, enjoy it with my husband, enjoy it with our children.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the point of it. So, we have probably the November sale going on. We'll
Yep.
take a look and see what could make my account grow.
Yep.
Right now I'm working on just building up my champions under my 6-star and under.
Yep.
As because there comes a point where you can only build the 7 stars so much.
Right.
So I'm working through getting through the story, and that will build more. So it's just a step by step. I know I'm so far, I don't want to say behind,
Yep.
but I have a lot more room for growth than Mr. Jiggly does right now. So I'm just going to go with that and then see where it takes me.
What's been the best part of sharing this game together, not just as players, but as partners and parents?
It's we both have different views on how to do something.
Yeah.
And that actually helps reinforce the fact that we have different views in life. Yep. Our values are the same. They
Yep.
have been the same for a very long time. But we each have a different point of view. We may have different tools set.
Yeah.
We may have a different strategy of handling something. But we can both get through something, and at the same time, we can learn.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to start wrapping this up, but I do have a couple last questions for y'all, and these are community questions. So please, both of you answer if you want. And Mama, I don't know how much of a fan of Marvel you are, and Jiggly, I don't know how much of a fan of Marvel you are, but who is your favorite character in game currently?
Go ahead.
My favorite character I use every day is Hercules, and I use Serpent a lot.
Yeah.
Those are probably my 2 go-to champions. I'm kind of hoping Cabane will bring out a 7-star Hercules, although I probably know they won't.
No, that's not happening. It's not happening. Mama,
I just had an idea. I was hoping maybe in the future Cabane might bring out like a tier 3 dust, so we can extend our 6-star a little bit higher. I'd be happy with that if I don't get a 7-star Hercules. So something I was thinking about.
Yeah. I can't reveal anything that I know about that. Okay, Mama, what about you?
Okay, so because I enjoy the strategy part of it, it's very hard for me to be specific. For fun, I actually really like Spider-Ham.
Okay, he's fantastic. Yeah.
Hitmonkey is definitely one of my go-tos, where he was before I got more of the 7 stars.
Yep.
And then Jack-o'-lantern is probably also one of my favorites. And then overall, I tend to like the spider crew in general. So Spider-Gwen I have in a 7.
Yep.
And so but I will be honest, Spider-Ham and Hitmonkey are probably my 2 favorites.
Do you guys have a character that you would like to see added to the game that isn't in the game right now?
I don't know enough about Marvel in general. I'll be honest, I've only ever watched the Captain America and the first Iron Man movies. I'm hiding my face here for the community. So I don't know enough of the universe to know what to add. What
about you, Jiggly?
I was kind of hoping they'd bring the Blob out here soon. I voted for him a while back, and I liked him a lot. And they were rumored he was going to come out, and then they hadn't brought him out. So maybe that's one of the characters I wouldn't mind seeing in the future.
Yeah, I would love to see the Blob. I think he would be. Good. I wonder what kind of power set they would give him that would make him stand apart from some of the other big damage dealers. But yeah, absolutely. All right, last question. I asked this to everybody. I don't know if you guys know what I'm going to ask, but I'm going to ask it to you both. I want this series to be long-standing, long-running. I want to have many more voices on the Voices of the Community. Who would you guys want to hear from most on another Voices of the Community episode? It can be a name. It can be a category, free-to-play, casual player, whale. It could be a content creator. Who would you guys most enjoy hearing from?
Yeah, anybody?
Go ahead.
I wouldn't mind hearing from like one of the top accounts, maybe iWalt, or maybe even, some of the guys up where you're at, up in the top 3, top 10.
Yeah.
See what their perspective of the game is. 'Cause I know it's a lot different than mine.
Yep.
They're a lot higher than I am. But I actually liked all the ones you've done so far. You've had a pretty good variety. But I wouldn't mind hearing some, even some of the free to play ones or casual spinners like I am. See how they grind through everything and what they focus stuff and everything on. So.
Yeah. I have actually been in talks with iWalt in the recent past, and he will be going up to Vancouver next month while I'm up there. So maybe I'll sit down with him and get an in-person interview with Walt. I've never met him. I've never talked to him on voice, just chatting. So I'd love to meet him and figure out where his head is at and how in the hell does he stay above me on the leaderboards. So I'll definitely chat with him. Anyway, so that ends this interview. Thank you guys so much. This is such a pleasure, such a joy. Never talked to a couple that have played this game before together, and apparently it sounds like you guys have a really healthy relationship with each other, with this game, with your kids. So thank you so much for joining me tonight and doing this interview and let me ask some of these questions. For all the viewers, please hit like and subscribe. It allows me to add and provide more of this content for you guys. So please do that. But with that being said, guys, thank you, Mama. Thank you, Jiggly. And hopefully we'll be talking to you guys soon. Thank you.